Hi, Scott Lackman, 4510 TV. We're here today at the Plant Shack, Deception Bay, with the owner, Peter Papenko. G'day, Peter.
How you going, Scott? Thanks for coming today.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It's always a pleasure to come over to the Plant Shack. You've got the nursery looking absolutely fantastic. What I wanted to try to bring the viewers today was just a bit of a walk around the nursery, some expert advice from yourself. We're in the second month of spring now. Things are certainly heating up. It's dry conditions. Yep. So as we walk through a couple of different examples through the nursery, share with our viewers what some hints and tips are, straight from the horse's mouth, as they say. You're the expert. You can use all the fancy words for the flowers, and I just think the nursery's looking great, mate. So where can we start?
Just because it's dry doesn't mean you can't have a lot of colour. Yep. Actually, in this dry weather, you can have so much colour. Look at this petunia over here. These are the American hybrid petunias that are really great in this hot, dry weather. Provided you give them water and fertiliser, they do just fine. Yep. We've got big red geranium over here.
Yeah, we're going to walk with Peter and move around the nursery, so let's go.
This is big red geranium, one of the new introductions from Europe. Very successful and actually goes through the wet seasons even better. So that's one of the many plants that you can have at the moment. Still got some daisies left. It is a little bit dry for these, so you've got to incorporate some compost and some mulch when you're walking through those. When you're planting those. Now,
if people are looking to spruce up their house a little bit, as I say, we're in the middle of spring. It's a dry summer we're heading for, Peter. Down to these other coloured flowers, very easy to maintain, as you said.
Yes. If you're sprucing up the place, the key is to don't overspend, but spend well. Yep. So get the right plants, put them in the right spot, and plant them properly so they perform, and mulch the garden. So
touching on mulch, obviously with the dry season we're experiencing southeast Queensland, any tips for mulching?
Mulching can be for veggies, it can be sugarcane mulch or lucerne. For shrubs and garden areas, things like tea tree, pine bark, those nicer dark brown mulches, and they'll add value to the home. Yep. So a good garden can add 15% value to your home. Same with a good lawn, and they add that emotive value. When people are driving by, that means the place is cared for. They're more likely to go in and
I'm glad you've touched on that, Peter, because part of our role as real estate agents in the Caboolture region, we try to encourage people to present their home at the very best. And as you say, even on a budget, you can put some nice colours in the front garden, a little bit of mulch, and it shows that you're taking that care, presenting the property in its best light. And even some ideas like this, some sculptures in the garden.
That's right. Well, this is a quirky idea. This is just an old wheelbarrow with silver beet in it. It's loaded up with just potting mix and some fertiliser through it, and we've just mulched the top to keep the water in, and it's just growing just fine. Yeah. We've got a tomato here just in a bin. It needs a bit of a tidy up, but we just let the kids choose a tomato. This is a variety called Pink Pearl, which is wonderful. This is a sun patient that's growing out in the full hot sun. Today we're 35 degrees and he's doing just fine. Yeah. So he's growing in an 80-year-old basin there. So
and again, it's affordable. There's old collectibles and antiques around the home. Put it to better use. If the old wheelbarrow's had its day, throw a garden into it.
Exactly. Yeah. We've got some great displays over there in toolboxes and more wheelbarrows. And look at this Calibrachoa over here. That's three of these, 3 Calibrachoas planted in the one big pot like that, and loaded up with fertiliser, and we keep the water up to it, and look at the show that it's putting on. Yeah. So a few things like that can dress up your home and also add value at the same time.
Peter, let's talk about the nursery, how you're interacting with your customers these days. You've discovered Facebook, yes. like many of us. How's that going?
Great, thanks. We do regular updates. We try and keep it interesting. We'd like to get to the video stage eventually, and more education. But we're adopting that and moving with it. So
and through the Facebook, it keeps your customers up to date with what's happening in the nursery. Maybe they can't visit here each weekend, so they see some of your updates. They might apply it in the garden, and without you knowing, you're actually helping them without them coming to the nursery.
Exactly, and we've got some friends from all over the world too, which makes it interesting.
Yeah.
So
and you're featuring some families' gardens, those that take a special care and interest in their gardens. You've started to feature their homes.
Yes, like visiting people's places and show what they're up too, and you know, because we see the plants in their infancy.
Yeah.
When we sell them and see them 3-4 years later, you know, the garden takes hold. So it's quite fascinating to see that.
And good to see the final product.
That's right.
Yeah. Let's go another step. How you're getting involved in the community lately? Tell us about that.
We all have always supported the community in terms of visiting schools. We're donating some plants to a kindy that got some plants stolen recently. Helping Christ the King School with their veggie patch, and as a consequence of helping them, they've received a $15,000 grant.
Oh wow!
So just from their veggie patch and the involvement with the school. And the teachers all getting excited because they've had a veggie patch for 3 years and never picked a lettuce, never picked a squash or anything successfully. All they needed to learn was the basics, and that was my job, and they got this grant.
So that education in the community and obviously involving our kids, what a great way to start, and hopefully some future generation gardeners like yourself.
That's right. And look, we do lots of other things too. We do seniors discount. We also offer a service where you can sit down with me for half an hour, no charge, as an in-store garden consultancy. So you can come with your list of questions, no matter how silly they are, or your design ideas, or whatever you want to do with your property. If you're selling your home, I can tell you how to go about things efficiently, what plants to go where, and that doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, brilliant service. Peter Papanko, the Plant Shack at Deception Bay Road. Deception Bay, very easy to find off the Bruce Highway within the Caboolture region. Peter, we're going to take some shots around the nursery. You've got beautiful displays. Tell us quickly the gift shop that's expanded. You've got some nice homeware gifts there.
We've got some homewares. We also have a big pot section up the top too, which is increasing. This is our plant section, which is the main focus of our business, being hence the name Plant Shack.
Yes.
And all these rusty old stuff because it really is an old shack.
Yeah.
But we also don't take ourselves too seriously. It's part of a fun attitude that we want for the customers to have.
So come over, have a chat to him. Maybe take advantage of the consultation service that Peter's offering if you're looking to sell your home, because there is some little tips and hints there if you're on a budget, how to present your home with some beautiful flowers. And thank you once again, Peter.
Thank you.